Okay, good afternoon, students. I hope you're in good shape and in good health. So today I will be discussing all about the lesson on lesson number 2 or week 2 of our presentation. So because the first assessment and exam that we are going to give you is focusing on the week 2. Okay. So the week 2 is all about the ERD or making an ERD diagram. Okay, so for the ERD component, so we have this different um, component. First, we have your entities, attribute. Third is connecting lines, actions, and cardinalities. So when we say entity, it describes the certain name, object, or concept which you want to store information. So it's said here, certain name or object. So example of the name like customer, student, and so on, okay, and the like. So that is the, excuse me, so that is the entity. When you say attribute, it is a unique distinguishing characteristic of an entity. So that means the characteristic of entity, that would be your attributes. Example, if you have student, what is the characteristic of the student? Student has a name, student has an ID, student has an age, address, and so on. So those are the characteristic of the entity. That's what you call attributes. So in order for us to connect those attributes, so we need to have connecting lines. The connecting lines is a solid line, not broken lines. Solid lines that connect attributes to show the relationships of entities in the diagram. Okay, so it's just a connecting line, solid lines na siya. So next is the actions. This show how two entities, two, that means there will be multiple entities, share information in the database. When you say action, that is um, the connection between the two entities using the connecting lines. And then we have cardinality. Cardinality is specifying how many instances of the entity related to one instance to another entity. Okay, you need to specify what kind of relationship you apply to the two entities. Okay, and these are the symbol that represents those ERD component. So you have entity, the rectangular shape, attributes for the oval symbol, action is for the diamond symbol. This is not decision making in flowchart. So I think the concept of the flowchart is different from the ARD because flowchart is all about in the concept of programming. ERD is on the database concept side. Okay, and the connecting lines, solid lines, not broken line. Okay, and then for the cardinalities, we have one to one, one to many, many to many. So example of one to one. So for example, there is a parking lot. That means one parking lot. That is one car. So in one parking lot, ang makaigo lang is one car. So let's say for example, if you have one parking lot, it will not occupy the whole parking lot, but one car will just only park in a certain one parking lot. Okay? Or you can say one call to another receiver. So there will be a caller, then you have to receive. If there is an incoming call, so you need to wait for the caller to finish before to attend to another one. So that means one caller to another caller. So that is an example of one-to-one relationship. One-to-many is connecting the two entities but many references. So example, we have student, I mean section, one section, many student. So there is one section, let's say SO9, but many students. So that is the reference. Okay? And many to many, by the word many to many, it will connect many relationship to another relationship. So for example, let's go back to the example of parking lot. Okay, many parking lots, so there will be more cars to be parked on such parking lots. So that is an example of many to many. So that is the cardinality. So all you need to do is to analyze the relationship that you are going to apply on a particular entities. Oh, so this cardinality is applied on the entity, on what would be the relationship of this two table or entity. Okay. So example of the ARD is student entity and the course entity. We know that student is one student. Okay. Let's say for example, one student of TOP. Then the student has an SID or student ID and name. If you want to add another like address, age, you can do it on a certain attributes. Okay, not only limit to two. Then as you can see, one student enroll. It will enroll. The connection is the student will enroll. That's the connection to the course or courses, which is many courses. One student, there are such many courses. That is the reference. Since course has a code or ID and CNAME or description. So let's say for example, course is 425, that is for engineering tech. Let's say ComTech, and the course name is computer engineering technology. So that is the attribute of the course. Now, as you have observed, so there will be a many relationship or cardinality referring to the course because we have only one student, okay, to enroll. Enroll is an action word. Now, you can have enroll, you can use inquire, you can use buy, as long as it is action word. The entity, as you observe, is all about the name of a person or the name or the name of the object. Okay, so it's just like a verb. Okay, so I think you need to take note of that. Okay, so last time we already discussed the field size. Field size referring to the data type that you have applied on the database or a certain database. Okay, and these are the different data type that we have discussed last meeting. We have the short text, long text, number, date and time currency, auto number, yes or no, hyperlink, and only object. Okay, so all of these data type are seen on your MS Access application. Okay, so your hands-on exam later on will be your making of MS Access in connection with your ARD. Okay, so you can repeat the explanation on this video since I will be uploading this to the YouTube, and I will send you the link so that you can browse anytime if you have forgotten or you may miss some of the explanation on the lesson on week 2. Okay, so let's proceed. Another example of the ARD. So I will open now Word application. Okay. So let's say we will be creating an ERD using your POS system. Okay. So to design the table, okay, to design the table, I mean a table, we need to have two entities. All you need to do is to analyze what are those entities that can be applied on a points of sale system that you can see on the supermarket wherein the cashier will scan the barcode of a certain product and it will display a certain amount of the product before um, acquire the all of the products that you have put it on your cart. Okay, so preferably we have the two entity, the entity for the customer and another entity, okay, another entity for the product. Okay, now we need to have the relationship of these two particular entities. So we will insert a diamond symbol. Where is it? Okay, here. Right. Okay. So we have this key symbol. So now think of the name. So for example, this is customer and the other one will be the product. And so we have now two entities. Now, let's put a characteristic of
Dito may isa na magnetic to white failure dito. Ha?
wala
Ganito.
ko balo.
Anong sabi ng magnetic?
Okay, so sorry for the interruption. Okay, next, a connecting line. Okay, let's have to have this one and this one. Okay, so let's have the characteristic. So we have first, so we have customer ID, CID. Okay, the CID, the C name, or customer name, and let's say for example, H. Okay, so that is the characteristic of the customer. Now, we will relate one to many. Why one to many? Because one customer, many products. So let's say one, okay, too many. So you just need to find an exact symbol for one to many. Where is it? Okay, I will just use the arrow for the one to many. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so just let's just put as arrow as many. So we have one customer will bought for more product or products. So since we have product, we need to apply entities. So we will just copy the we'll copy the entity. Then we will make the code or barcode. Then the P name or product name. And so we have now the characteristic of the customer. So take note that characteristic or attribute should be relevant to the entity that you're going to apply with. Okay, and then inside your relationship, you need to put, let's say, buy. Okay, customer will buy product. Okay, that's the relationship. Customer will buy a product. Okay, so amo ng relationship ta. Okay, so that is the example of the entity relationship diagram. So you need to have another relationship, you need to have another entity and attribute before you connect to another table. Okay? If you have some questions regarding the ARD, you can leave a comment on the YouTube that I will be uploading this video, or you can chat me on our official group chat. Okay? So this time, we will apply the ERD or entity relationship diagram to your database. Okay, we will apply this. So when we say customer and product is just like a table name. So you need to have, so particularly we will have two table, which is customer and product, and the field names is the characteristic or attribute or attributes. And later on, I will show you on how to connect or to establish connection in relation with the one to many, one to one, and many to many. Okay, so that's the example of ARD creation. Now, let's apply this on your application, which is your MS Access. Okay, so I think I discussed this already before the ECQ started. So you need to have an MS Access application, any version, 2013, 2000, I think this is 2015, I mean 16 or 2019, depending on your version, except 1997 version, if there is. Okay, so you need to click on the blank desktop database. Okay, so you click the yellow one, the yellow folder on the right side. Click that one, and then all you need to do is to specify the location of your database. So let's say, for example, I have there. Let's make it uh, POS. So it's just an example. Then on the save as type, so we will select 2002 2003 format. Okay, I choose this because we will be applying our Visual Basic.NET. So some of the versions may have a conflict regarding the new version. Probably you need to download some of the plugins in order for the program to work. But in 2002 and 2003 format, I think it's the better version rather than the newest one. Okay, so database name would be POS. Example. Okay, so this is just a demonstration. This is not an actual assessment yet, but this is just a demonstration. Okay, then after you create and establish a directory, you need to click create. Okay, now if you have the table 1, as you have noticed, you have table 1. So on the table 1, all you need to do is to right click on it, then choose design. Name the table name as, based on our ERD, you have customer. So we will need customer. It doesn't matter if it is a small letter or capital letter, as long as there's no space or spaces on the table name. Click OK. So there will be a default ID and you have primary key. We will have another discussion on the keys, no, on the previous on your what you call this one lesson. I think on week 3 or I think on week 5 or week 5 or week 3 or week 5. So just read it. Okay. So we have ID. So just leave it. Make it auto number. Sorry. It's yeah, CID. Okay, let's make it auto number. Then next to it is CNAME, CNAME. Make it short text. Then H. Okay. Then let's try to make it short text also. So anyway, we will not apply computation on the age anyway. Okay. Now, once you finish with the entity, if you want to add on the ERD, if you have address, phone number, so you need to supply this on it also. Okay. If you have additional characteristic or attribute of a certain entity. But for now, so we have three examples, so we will finish with the three example. Okay, so you have customer. So you can add now the name of the customer. Let's say Nancy Magvillion. Then let's say age is 34. So you can now apply the data entry for the customer table. So you can add as many record as you want. Okay. So now, since we're finished with the customer, let's go with the product. So on the product, all you need to do is to create another table using the create menu, then choose table design. Okay, now, so we will need barcode. So B code or barcode, let's make it auto number again. Okay, and then we have P name and price. So product name, P name, let's make it number. Then we have price. Wait, sorry, P name, sorry. It's P name means short text. Price is number. Okay. On the decimal, so make it two decimal places. Okay. Then let's make it decimal. No, make it double pala, sorry. Double. Okay, so two decimal places. Okay. Then right click, make a primary key on it. So our barcode primary key. So that it will consider unique value because each of the barcode is different from the other barcode. Okay, so primary key. Right click, then primary key so that it will display the primary key on the left side of the table. Okay, once you're done, make close, then click yes. Then the table name will be product. Okay, so you have now the two table. Okay, so next to it, based on our example, we need to relate or connect to establish the relationship of one customer that will buy for many product. Okay. To do this, all you need to do is to create, where is it? Where's the relationship? The external database tool. Here is this. On the database tools, we have relationships. Okay. So you click relationships, add the two table, click the add, and product, click add. Now, to establish the product, okay, to customer, take note that we have primary key on the customer table and we have primary key on the product table. To establish the relationship between the two, you can drag the customer to the barcode. And as you have observed, we have relationship one-to-one. Okay, that means isa lang pwede mabakal sa customer. There will be only one product pertaining to the customer, which is not put this one, which is not advisable, no? So there will be one customer, but it can buy so many product or many product as the customer wants. No, hindi lang kay isa. So, if isa lang nakaroon, so, yawan sa balik-balik, no? So, that is the logic behind it. So, in order for us to create or to establish a relationship on the product, we will need a foreign key. A foreign key represents the reference of the customer. Once the customer is related to the product, the certain table should have a foreign key. So to apply foreign key, just right click on it, then table design. Then we will need to add one foreign key here. So the foreign key is same name of the customer ID, CID. So you need to have CID also at the end. Let's say CID and same data type. The data type there is auto number, so we will need number. So you cannot apply two auto number in one table. This should be one auto number, but you can apply many data type number on a certain table. But there is only one auto number. Okay. Now once you're done, you click yes. Okay. Now you try to drag your key, primary key, to the foreign key of the product. Now, as you have observed, we have now one to many. One to many means the customer now can access all and buy all products that he or she wants on a certain table, which is the product. So the last step is to click the enforce referential integrity. So what does it mean of enforce referential integrity? So this means that the data will be updated every time that the data, what's going on in the data between the two tables. If you want to update the table from the customer, automatically it will update the data here on the product. And when you say cascade delete, it will automatically also delete what's happening on the data on the customer that relates to the product. So that means what happened here, if you delete here, ma-delete mo na di siya. Okay, if you change here, it will affect also the customer because there will be a relationship between the two. Okay, so that is the enforced referential integrity. By the word integrity, your data will be more reliable because they are well connected and relationship is established between the primary key and the foreign key. Okay, then click create. As you observe, we have one, the symbol infinity or many. Okay, so that's it. If you want to rearrange, it will not be broken. There will be a forever between the table. Okay, but if you accidentally click the one to many, the many to many or one to one. So, but if you want to establish one to many only, you may click and then delete. Okay, the relationship. Okay, that is if you accidentally select a different cardinality. Okay, so as you have observed, once you close, then click yes. Once you open customer, there will be a plus, okay, a plus, a symbol on the left side. So that means you can now relate or buy a product on a certain um, customer. So let's say I buy a product of Milo. Price is 7.8. So once you close, you try to open the product, as you have observed, related na sila. So any um, transaction going on a certain customer, it automatically update on the product. So let's say C2, price for example is 35 pesos. Okay, once you close, refresh, then it will add. So that's the nice thing about the relationship. Okay? So, the customer ID is 1. So, kay si customer, isa pa lang. If you add to add, let's say, for example, Benny Argoncillo, let's say the age is 56. Okay, automatically it will establish relationship. You can now buy, let's say, for example, uh, Chippy. So, spelling Chippy. No, 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 no. Let's make it, ano na lang, Modest. Okay, price for example is 66. Ayan. So you may now close it, then open it again on the product. Okay, so the customer ID of 2, which is Argoncillo, buy the product of Modex. Okay, that's the database creation and establish a creation of database table and establishing relationship. As you observe, we achieved already our lesson. Okay? Again, if you have questions regarding, I mean questions and clarifications regarding this uh, video, so you may leave comment on the comment section or question on comment section, or you can message me on the messenger using our official group chat. Okay? Stay safe everyone and good day.